the show. Rick Bucher's back with us talking Sixers. They won big, 112-97. Embiid played great. Maxey played great. Harden played 14 points, 3 for 9 from the field, 5 turnovers. Rick, how concerning are Harden's struggles?
It's concerning simply because it's two reasons. One, it's a trend. This is not the first time that we've seen Harden struggle. And if you look at how his regular season numbers efficiency have gone and the way his playoff efficiency is going, it has been a steady decline. And the second reason is because while Tyrese Maxey has been impressive in the same way Jordan Poole has been impressive, if you're talking about winning a championship, if you're talking about getting where the Philadelphia 76ers hope to be, which is at least the conference finals, then I'm not buying that Tyrese Maxey is going to be your go-to guy or is going to play that same role. At some point, you're going to turn to the veteran James Harden to be that go-to closer. And the indications are not just that he's missing shots, but he can't get by guys. He's not... He doesn't look like he has the same physical explosiveness.
That's the key.
And so I expect, that's my concern, is that Harden just doesn't physically look right. And I'm not buying that Tyrese Maxey is going to lead the charge any more than as great as Jordan Poole has been, that he's going to be the leading factor for the Golden State Warriors. At some point, it comes back to the stars. And right now, Harden is not looking like one.
No, that's a good point, Rick. And look, if Harden were averaging 30 and 10 in this series on 50% shooting, I still would have concerns. Because it's not like he hasn't had good or even great playoff games in the past. It is the game 6s and the game 7s and when the series is on the line that Harden tends to struggle. And so I'm concerned. Yeah, he's not playing well in this series. But there's nothing he could have done that would have taken away those concerns for me in the next round when they face who would it be?
Miami.
And they face Miami and they're in a tight series. I'm going to be concerned no matter what he does against Toronto. But Rick is right, the lack of burst. Here's what I think, though. And I agree, Rick, that Maxey he certainly shouldn't be your go-to guy. But I don't know that they need 30 or 27 a game from Harden. He is an elite level playmaker. And if he will get the ball out of his hands quickly, make quick decisive moves rather than just pounding the ball for 10 seconds before he makes a move. And get the ball to Maxey in the right spots. He can give you 20. Tobias can give you 18. We know Embiid will give you 30. And I can live with a Harden who's giving me 19, 20 points and 11 assists if he's doing it efficiently. If he's shooting better than 36% from the floor, which is where he's at right now. I know he's never been an efficient player, but if he was a tremendous
what I was just gonna
playmaker last. But he was a great playmaker early last season with the Nets when he was playing with Kyrie. I could live with that Harden. But I don't need 30 points, but I do need more efficiently. I think I could live with that in the playoffs.
Let me jump in real quick.
Go ahead, Nick.
Because two things. Well, first of all, color me not shocked that Rick Bucher once again underestimates a clutch client in Tyrese Maxey. Maxey's ceiling is the roof. We all know that. That's first of all. Second of all, here is why you are both correct. And the best point Rick made is Harden doesn't look explosive at all. I understand Harden was never this uber athlete, but he could get by guys. He seems to really, ever since he suffered the hamstring injury, which is 15 months ago now, and that was the first real injury of his career, he has not looked the same. And here would be my concern if I'm Philly. I'm going to say something we haven't said on this show all playoffs. The Miami Heat. We haven't mentioned them. They are going to roll Atlanta. And guess what's going to happen when they play Philly in round 2? PJ Tucker is going to be sitting there saying, okay, I used to play with you, James Harden. I know exactly what you want to do. and I'm going to do what I did to Kevin Durant against you, which is, by the way, Durant still got 40 a night on him, but Tucker in the playoffs last year made him work for it and hassled him and bothered him and sweated on him and leaned on him. And when I'm not on you, Jimmy Butler's going to come out on you. And when you get past one of us, Bam Adebayo's going to be waiting at the rim potentially when you try to do your little floater. And I think Miami has been underrated and undersold all year. And I think if Harden doesn't get in some type of rhythm by the end of this series, what he's going to have waiting for him against the Heat is going to be a damn rude awakening. And I just don't know if he has the burst that he used to have. So if I'm Philly, that's my concern, is Miami is not the team you're going to get into rhythm against offensively.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to a James Harden, PJ Tucker battle royale. That does not sound attractive to me by any means, because I don't know that PJ Tucker is everything that we've propped him up to be at this point athletically either. But look, Miami to be realistic, Miami has the opportunity to be exposed in other ways too.
Back with us talking Mavs Jazz Game 2. Luka's still out, but no problem. Jalen Brunson goes for 41. Oh, I thought Luka didn't have any great teammates. I don't know. Mavs even the series 1-1. Nick, are the Mavs exactly where you thought they would be? I mean, the guy has 41. I got to sit here and say
of course, you know the answer to that, Wilds. Listen, you know the answer to that. Jalen Brunson had the game of his life, and thank you, Jalen. We appreciate it. You're invited to the next Wright Doncic family reunion. You're an honorary family member because you kept the Mavs alive, and now Luka's going to come to the rescue, my friend. I think I am correct when I say the Mavs, without Luka, if they played a whole year with this roster without Luka, they're with your beloved Magic fighting for the top pick of the draft. Now, when Jalen Brunson and Maxi Kleber go 14 of 21 from 3, that helps some things. I mean, that's like you go 14 of 21 from 3. Kleber plays the best game he's had all year. That's an amazing sign. Now, if Luka comes back, and I believe he will, they will dust the fraudulent Jazz, who are the definition of a regular season team year after year. And then we get the point guard. If Steph is a different category, we get the point guard title belt hanging above midcourt between the Suns and the Mavs, between the Phoenix Suns and my son, and Luka gets to try to carry this team a la LeBron in 07, past against all odds with mediocre to bad teammates all the way to the NBA Finals, which is what is going to happen as long as Luka's cap will allow it. Rick, the Jazz had to go up 2-0 in the 2 non-Luka games, and they blew it. But that's what the Jazz do.
Yeah. I am with you in that the Utah Jazz fraudulent is harsh, but I can't say that it's not accurate. I've never been a believer in the Utah Jazz. But the Dallas Mavericks are not where I expected them to be. I expected them to be up 2-0. I expected them to win this series in at most 5 games. But then I did not expect Luka to miss the first 2 games. No, but I did expect, I fully thought that they could win Game 2 without Luka, based on what I saw in Game 1. Because the Utah Jazz are simply not built. Again, it's much like Denver and Golden State. It's just a bad matchup. The athleticism of the Dallas Mavericks is underrated, and the Utah Jazz, that is their Achilles heel. They simply don't have anybody who can guard. And Rudy Gobert, you can't switch. We can get into all the ins and outs of it. But basically, it's not a great matchup. But you are massively underserving this Dallas Mavericks team, because what they've finally gotten right, and this always happened with the LeBron team, so I'm not surprised you went there, Nick, which is you build a team to take advantage of what Luka Doncic is. Again, in much the same way that the Denver Nuggets are not built for Nikola Jokic to be the ideal Nikola Jokic. But they've done that. They've done that through the course of this season. It's why you trade a Kristaps Porzingis for guys who can just space the floor and are role players. So ultimately, I don't have a problem with what the Dallas Mavericks have done. I fully expected that they'd be at least 1-1, if not 2-0. And once Luka comes back, then I think it's a wrap. But I'm also not going to take away from Jalen Brunson that this is This is legit. Brunson has demonstrated that he's capable of these kind of performances, not only offensively, but Mike Conley going scoreless in this game was also a reflection of what Brunson was doing.
Well, look, Dallas's defense is fantastic. There's no question about that. And then last year, you coupled that with some three-point shooting that was terrific, and you got what you got. Look, I think Dallas is winning the series, even with Luka missing the first two. Now, if he misses the first three, I still think they can win. But I do think it goes at least 6 games. But, Nick, I got to say this, and this takes it back a little bit to the last segment. You were pushing hard for me to have Luka ahead of Jokic on my MVP ballot. But what we're seeing is that Luka had a better supporting cast. Luka had a better supporting cast than Jokic did, and we saw that last night. All right? All I'm saying is you got to eat that one. You got to eat that one.
LeBron had a better supporting cast.